And I know that there are experts like you out there. And I made the decision to go learn and to go study and to go figure out the frameworks and the equations to how the pros do it.
One thing that I really want to touch on, there was so much gems that you just gave us in there. I really, and I want to go back and listen to this a second time. And I really hope our listeners have pen and paper out, because you're sharing things that probably took you some years to figure out, right? And you're an obvious success at it. So here's the opportunity, guys. Come on, take some notes. Um, but when you said that within the first bit, right, when you get in front of an audience, first of all, you get a feel for them. You do your homework ahead of time, know who you're going to be speaking with, right? Make sure that you're in front of the right fit audience. I'm a proponent of, don't just take any speaking engagement, because with every speaking engagement, you are branding yourself. Make sure you're in front of the right audiences for that ultimate outcome that you offer. But the one thing that you said about creating an emotional connection through a story, I have never said it that way. I always say connection and community is the very first job when you get on a stage. You must establish that before going on. But you really simplified the whole thing in a really powerful way, that start with a story that brings them in, and then you get to figure out the cadence for the rest. Do you plan that now? Do you plan, about 15 minutes in, I'm going to shift, or are you still just kind of feeling it as you go along?
I think there will always be an element of feeling it as I go along. However, my keynotes are incredibly scripted at this point. You talked about the humility of starting from the ground up. I have restarted from the ground up. And I am not going to sit here with the ego to say, I was so successful in these other things. This should be a cakewalk for me. This is the next chapter of my life. It's very important to me. And I'm conscious of the fact that I'm stepping in to a category with some of the biggest, most impressive names. Like, I'm playing in the big leagues now, going into the motivational speaker category. I know we could all think of 5 people rapidly in this category who probably have millions of followers, and they've moved us. They've changed our lives. The one thing, Mel Robbins and her 5-second rule, or Brene Brown. I mean, there are some unbelievable names. Tim Tebow, for goodness sakes, in this category that I'm in. They have moved us. They have changed the fabric of our being through what they have said. I'm in that arena now. I'm not on some stage with a few hundred people talking about building a revenue engine. These are the big leagues. And whereas I probably could have just dumped myself in it, been super scrappy like I have been in everything I've ever built as an entrepreneur, make some mistakes, go speak for free, go figure it out. I decided that I turned 40 and I'm older and I have less energy than what I used to have. And I know that there are experts like you out there. And I made the decision to go learn and to go study and to go figure out the frameworks and the equations to how the pros do it. I don't need to sit here and reinvent the wheel or let my ego get in the way to think that I'm something greater than I am. The fact is, I have a vision, I know where I want to be, and I'm willing to do the work to get there. But there are others who have gone before me who can guide me and help me and teach me. And one of those things is to have a pristine and perfect, tested keynote message. So I have gone through the work to build it from the ground up and put it through rigorous testing. Also, I've added in a theatrical element into the keynote. It's a physical demonstration that I have of climbing 2 ladders simultaneously. There's humor embedded, there's a significant amount of emotion embedded in this keynote. And the message is meant to be very convicting into the hearts of the audience. And I'm working similar to you with a coach who's just helping me, and it's invaluable. I can't imagine a speaker trying to build this on their own when I've now witnessed how easy it is to just glean from the experts and the pros. So I have been humbled. I feel like I'm a student all over again. And it has been hard for me on some days in some lessons because I think I know a lot of things. And so here I am coming into certain conversations like, I know my brand. I know the problem I solve. I know this, but I'm being challenged to consider thoughtful questions and frameworks and really, really think through how I'm going to construct this so that I have the right message on the right stage in front of the right audience that creates that lasting impact. And it has changed everything for me. So, right now, just so everyone knows where I am in the stage of the game, I have written the keynotes. They are being rehearsed. I mean, I literally have ladders in my house and I'm climbing them, rehearsing the physical portion. I have a studio rented on just 2 weeks from now. And I have a media producer from LA flying into town to film a production of me doing this keynote on an actual stage. It's beautiful. It's LED backlit. It's just a studio you can rent. They're all over the US, world, I'm sure. And I'm renting this. I'll be on the stage. I'm doing my keynote. I'm having it professionally filmed. And then we're going to take the content, infuse it into the demo reel. I've never done this keynote live. So we're making it look, though, like I have, because we will take the footage, which is going to be narrowed in with the stage. My PowerPoint presentation is beautiful, gorgeous LED backlit. It's amazing, right? So the people watching this video aren't going to know the difference, but I am putting together a pristine package through my website, my speaker bio, my media kit, and this demo video so that by the time I am ready to get those introductions and meet the event planners at these big live conferences that I know I will be on the stage of, this will be a picture perfect ready package that the event planner is not going to have to do a lot of digging or researching. They're going to look at the package and say, absolutely, we are booking her at this event. So, a lot of work, but it's meaningful. And I believe that it speeds up the process. So, I'm a huge fan of what you're doing for the people who work with you because all speakers could use a little bit of guidance, even the ones where it comes natural.
Well, you know what? Champion level wisdom and courage. You just laid out so many gems there. I keep saying that, but it's true. And a big part of the theme that I've been hearing all the way through this
Mhm.
interview is you have not sat back and waited for it to happen, right? You didn't throw out a few emails, make a few calls, and then sit back and wait for that phone to ring or those emails to come back. You're investing in
Mhm.
yourself. And I love your humility. There is never a time where we have arrived. There's always a next level that you can get to. And you're exactly right. New level, new counsel, right? Let's link together and get that community, get that mentorship that we need because there's always somebody a few steps ahead of us that we can learn from and be motivated from and emulate.